And this is what your main menu is going to be like when you start up your vehicle. Now I am doing this on the Alpina XB7, and this is what your iDrive controller is going to look like with your glass. This one's unique where it has the Alpina logo, or you could have just the black plastic. And then this is going to be your controller, so media, communications, home. This is going to be very similar for almost all the vehicles except for the 5 Series, 7 Series, and the X3 and X4. It looks a little bit different, but has all the same functions. Now, at your main menu, so at any point, this is a touch screen. So you can just touch the screen to do what you want, or you can use the iDrive controller down below. Now, the iDrive controller has a bunch of different buttons. So we have media, which is a short key into the media, communications, home, and then this is for the BMW connected, and then map and navigation, and then you have your options and back. And then this dial, you can rotate, and you can feel little clicks on each one. So this is gonna scroll through your menus. You can also push it up, down, left, and right, and then click down for enter. And then this is also touch sensitive. So if you're in somewhere where you have to type in like a map location or anything, you can just draw a letter or a number on here and it's gonna pop up on the screen. I'll show you that in a bit. Now this is gonna be your main menu. You can configure this a couple different ways to have what you wanna see for your tiles, and it's all adjustable. Now I'm gonna do mostly everything through the iDrive controller, but there's some things that you need a touch screen for. So this is how you lay out what you want for your pages. You can exit it or change it, make it bigger, and then you select exit or delete the page, add a page, and then when you're done, you just click the done. And then you can pull down from the top, and then you have like a sub menu that you can go across here, click which ones you want. You can even just turn the screen off if you are old-fashioned, you don't like all this infotainment. And then in order to turn it back on, now it's touchscreen, you do have to click your iDrive controller. And I just hit menu there and it came back up. So when you're scrolling, now you can see it's scrolling. If I go over to the right, it goes into this menu here, and I can make adjustments. If I scroll up, it goes to that top menu. Goes to the top menu here. You can adjust your main menu, select everything like that. Now let's start at the top. So we're going to have media. We click into media, and now you have a lot of different options here. Now, depending on your vehicle, you might have more or less options depending on when we go through the years. You know, depends on the vehicle equipment that your car has. You know, I might show you something on here, your car doesn't have that feature, just don't worry about it. The only thing on this first one here is not going to be shown is M Performance, M drives and everything, but I'll get to that in later into the video. Now the first one here is your presets. So your preset button can select any of these stations. And if you want to, these ones that are already programmed in, you can sort them, you can sound settings, click there, and you can just adjust, you know, your fade, your equalizer, everything like that. Or you can remove a preset. If I do that, and that last tile just disappears. Now, if you want to program in a preset, let's example, we'll do satellite radio. So every BMW is going to come standard with satellite radio. And if I go ahead right here, I click down. So once I'm clicked down, I'm highlighting it. I'm going to press the toggle to the right, or you can just touch screen and you're going to go add to presets. Now it added into the preset section, or you can put it as a favorite. You can jump back, jump forward, go to related, notify, and sound settings again. Now once I go back to presets, at the very bottom, it added it in. You also have your FM stations that you can choose from. Now it's going to automatically, now it's only going to show you which ones that it can sense. So instead of getting like static going through, it's only going to show you the ones that you're able to get. As you move around your driving area, different ones will become available to you. You can either add them to your presets, or you can do a manual search. If you know what station you want and you want to hear fuzz and everything, you can do a manual search. Your next one is your AM, which is going to be very similar. Basically, it is the exact same as your FM. And then you have Spotify. So instead of playing music Bluetooth through your phone, you can actually log in directly to the Spotify app and play your music. So you just click here and then you go over to manual login, or you can visit the app and pair the pin, and then you can do your Bluetooth audio. So once you have your phone connected, now since there is no phone connected, now it's automatically going to be searching for one. And then you can do screen mirroring. So if your phone has the capability to do screen mirroring, you can play whatever is on your phone up on the display. And then if you want to add in some mobile devices or anything, you're gonna have a short button key here. And then if you want to do a new device, you just click new device. Which one do you want to do it for? Most times it's audio, and then it's searching again. So in this, you'd want to have your Bluetooth open on your phone. Now settings, you can click into here and just tells you, some options that you can select: Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, internet connection. You can change your Wi-Fi password because you do get a Wi-Fi hotspot that comes with these vehicles, and you can Bluetooth info. Next one is personalize your menu. Say you never listen to AM, you don't even want to see it on that menu. You can turn it off, or Spotify or USB, whatever it is, you can just turn that off so that when you're back here, you won't even see it at all. Now that's everything for media. Now we're going to scroll down. We're going to go to communications. So communications is going to be mainly for your cell phone. If you Bluetooth in your phone and you allow it access to your contacts, all that's going to pop up here. Same with the telephone. As you can see, it's grayed out because there's no phone connected to the vehicle right now. And then it also, once again, gives you a section where you connect your phone. BMW Assist, so if you want to talk to concierge, support, or anything like that, you can click and then you can call them. It'll automatically recognize your vehicle and assist you with whatever you need. BMW messages, if the vehicle is going to send you any messages, that's where it'll come here as well. And once again, you can personalize this menu. And do you want to see text message or not? You can select that. Next one is navigation. So navigation is going to have, where to, and you can either search. Now this is where you have a couple options on how to do it. You can use your dial and scroll around the outside to type in your letters. You can just draw something like A. I'm drawing it on the pad there. And I'll adjust this so you can see me drawing. So you just go boom, boom, A. And now I have two A's on the screen. If I want a backspace, right here. And it's automatically going to search points of interest on the right. Say if you just want to know, food and drinks nearby you, stations, fast food, movie theaters, and a whole list of things that you can go through. Parking garages. Now the other option is you can use the touchscreen. Now when you're going to use the touchscreen, all you have to do is bring your hand close and it automatically switches to the keyboard, and then you can type in what you want or back it out. I don't actually want to search anything, and then you can also add in like your destination. So like setting your home, setting your work. Receive destination, so you can use your app and send a destination to your car from your cell phone. So if you're checking out where you need to go and everything on your phone, once you find out where it is, you just put it into your map and then it'll automatically send it to the car. Okay, so then on the right side of the map, you're going to be able to select your traffic info. So you'll be able to see, what BMW has noticed that's going to be ahead on your route, any construction, traffic jams, or accidents. Next one, you can do theme map. So you can set it parking map, see where parking garages are, find parking, recently vacated points of interest, on-street parking, valet parking mode, settings. And you can see which ones are going to pop up in your menu. If you don't want certain ones to pop up, you can unselect them. Next one, when you go back into theme map, you go to weather map. It's going to tell you what the weather is like around you. You can zoom out, check out all the weather and everything. And we're going to go back over. Next theme map is going to be the gas station map. So it's going to tell you where all your local gas stations are. And the next one is going to be your map settings. So in your map settings, you can set a lot of behaviors. So your map views, direction of travel, north facing. My favorite is perspective. And then the next one is your zoom behavior. I always leave it on auto zoom, but you can have it on manual, route preview. What the map is going to show, you can select and deselect all these items, satellite images, and then additional settings, which you can have it set automatically daytime to nighttime. The map style between standard or alternative. Parking and refuel suggestions, reduced mode, so points of interest on the map, and you can go ahead and select all of them. And then when you're going down, the last one at the very bottom, additional settings, points of interest, come back, and then in your map, now you can go into configure and services, your route preferences, so what type, so BMW allows you to do 3 types, either the fastest route, the shortest route with the least amount of kilometers, or the most energy efficient to try and save fuel. Dynamic routing, you can have it with confirmation or set it to automatic. So it'll automatically, check the route to see if there's a faster option and then switch you over instead of asking you to confirm it. And, if you want to use highways or avoid highways, tolls, ferries, carpool lanes, areas to avoid. You can even set, if you have like a bad neighborhood or anything, a whole area to avoid. Next one is your guidance. So automatic length, 3D interaction view, voice guidance, all of these things you can select and deselect. You can put it in demo mode, so it's going to demonstrate. This is basically for the dealer. It's only available when parked. This will basically tell you how to do everything. And then you can update your map. You can check to see whether your map needs an update. And then you have your actual settings, which is basically everything that we just went through. And you can do split screen. So if you want something that will take up the right portion of your screen, you can engage split screen, have it map, settings, route preview. And now this is what it looks like with your split screen. If you want to take your split screen off, you just go back in, select the split screen, and then when you go back, your split screen goes away. Now that's everything for the map. Now you do have 2 buttons down here for your iDrive controller. Now when you're at your menu and you click map, it's just going to go ahead and show you your map. But when you click the navigation button, it's going to automatically press and select to enter in a destination of where you want to go. So that's the first 3. Now, before I get in the car, I'm going to go down to apps first. This is basically, you can install apps, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, BMW Personal Assistant. All of these are the BMW apps, like automatic window feature, everything like that. So your personal assistant is your wake word. So your personal assistant is, your vehicle help. You can tell it what to do, heat your steering wheels, anything like that. Your BMW Assist is your concierge, visiting your service center, any messages or news pop up, weather, your connected drive app, the BMW Drive Recorder. So this is going to, the Drive Recorder, you can set up so the 360 cameras automatically record in the event of an accident. And you can trigger it up to 20 seconds before and after. And with all cameras, you can even select which cameras will be used for that. You can go save recordings, settings, back into there, start recording, everything like that. Software information, automatic window. So if you come to a point, say you go to Tim's every single morning, you can set it so the window automatically goes down when you get to the window. Car carrying. So the vehicle does need to be in ready mode with like login, and then you have experience mode. Once again, you need to be logged in. And rules for climate control, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Now let's go into car. Car is going to be where you find all of your settings. So the first one is going to be driving information. You can have a couple that you see here. So first one is trip data, which is going to show you all of your fuel consumption and everything. Sport gauges, which is going to show you, foot-pounds of torque, horsepower, your G-force meter, oil, and turbo pressure. As you accelerate and drive the vehicle, these gauges are going to move back and forth depending on how much power you're requesting at the engine. And then you have your off-road one. So if you are doing any off-road, it's going to tell you your axis here of whether it's leaning or anything, what your air suspension height is, what your elevation is, off-road view, and then off-road cam, which gives you your 360 camera monitor, lets you know if there's anything directly in front of you, your wingspan between all of your 360 cameras, and you can go around and click your different buttons. Now this is going to be very similar to when you're using the backup assistant in the 360 camera, as you can select each one and the wingspans. and your energy flow. So this is going to tell you when your engine started, whether the mild hybrid technology system is activated, where the power is going, whether it's idling or coasting. Your next one's your vehicle status. So required services, tire pressure monitor. You can check your tire pressure sensors, your oil level, control messages, required services. Your next one is your settings. So this is where basically you're going to want to know everything to do to control your vehicle in here. Now I'm going to start on the very far right. Your key buttons, you can either have it so that when you unlock your driver's door, it does just your driver's door or all your doors. Same thing with your upper tailgate, whether it does both tailgates, all tailgates, or the tailgates and doors. Climate control is a huge one, so you have a lot of settings that you can go in through here. Vehicle has to be on to start and do a bunch of these, but basically fragrance, you have certain air scents you can put in the glove box. Heating and ventilation, synchronize between the drivers, so the driver's left and passenger side can have different climate controls, or you can have them synchronized. The seat heating will automatically heat the armrest distribution, and you can determine whether or not you want it to be mostly your butt or your back. Same thing on the passenger side. And you can set certain rules. So say for your seat heating, as soon as it gets below 10 degrees, it automatically turns it on, and which level. Same thing with your steering wheel. You can set the settings for that. Same thing with seat ventilation. So if it's hot in the summer, you can set seat ventilations that automatically come on. Preconditioning. So if you start at the same time every day, you can have it so the vehicle starts up and either heats up or cools down. Departure schedule or activate remote engine start. The next one is going to be seat comfort. So you can set driver's seat, save your seat positionings, engage position automatically, your seat massaging function. You can display the back message, shoulder, whole body. You can select what it wants to massage. And same thing for the passenger seat. Then you can do stuff for the second row seat. So front control for entire row of seats, left seat, right seat. And your heating again is in here. Interior lighting, so you can change whether you want the ambient lighting on or off. So if I turn it off, notice that it just went away right there. And you can bring it back, and you can change your color. If you want it blue, and you'll notice go from orange to blue, blue and white, or to green. My favorite is blue though. And you can change the brightness. So as you see, it got brighter, got dimmer. You can have dynamic light. So dynamic light is going to include these lights right here will flash when it needs to alert you, and then the ones on the door handle will go red if you're opening the door. They'll start flashing, letting pedestrians know there's an open door so they can see it, bicyclists mainly. And then you can dim it for nighttime driving if you want. So when your nighttime running lights come on, it dims your ambient lighting so it's not as bright on the interior. Your doors and access, so now you can set all of these for, you know, certain things that the doors will do. Like folding in the mirrors when it locks the vehicle, sounding a noise, unlocking at the end of your trip. Your comfort door access, you can have it set so it locks and unlocks automatically when you approach and walk away from the vehicle. You can activate a digital key or put a digital key into your cell phone. And your tailgate, you can set the opening height so you can reduce it so it doesn't open as tall or maximum. The tailgate button will do both buttons or both tailgates instead of your upper and your lower tailgate. And you can have it so that it opens and closes with your foot for hands-free. Your displays are going to include your heads-up display, so you can change the brightness. And your heads-up display is going to appear right here. As you can see, it's slight outline right there as we're going through the settings, so you can change your brightness, you can change the height, and it shows you over here what it's going to adjust when you do it. And then you can change your rotation. You can tilt it to the left or to the right. You can include whether you have navigation in there, additional displays like your driver's assistant. You can have it automatic. You can have sport gauges. I like to leave this one on automatic. Do you want to have a speed limit? Adjust manually, shows current limit off, adjust accordingly, warns when you're speeding, distance control, adjust distance to the situation, depending on how fast you're going, and then which information will be in your heads-up display or your instrument panel, or if you want to reduce the information you see. And then the instrument panel is going to control everything in the center there. When you have the vehicle started, the X7 or Alpina XB7 gets replaced with the map view. You can have a couple different things. Map view, route preview, driver's assistance, anything you want. Converted speed, so if you want to see miles per hour, it'll pump up below, additional information, or you can have reduce mode where it takes a lot of the information away. Speed limit assistance also there again, and then display infotainment lists. Then you have your control display, which is just going to be this one, and you can either turn it off or change the brightness for at nighttime. And your driving mode view, so as you click through Sport, Comfort, and Eco, they'll change your mode on your gauge cluster. So Sport will go red, Comfort is white, and Eco mode is blue. Now the next one is all your driver's assistance packages. So all of your safety and warning. So you can go through and you can have front collision mitigation, early, medium, late, side collision, on or off, lane departure warning, early, medium, or reduced, steering intervention, you can turn it on or off, so it will turn the steering wheel to keep you from merging or hitting somebody. Blind spot monitoring will activate early, late, or you can just turn it off, also with steering intervention. So if you try to lane change into somebody, it will steer you back. Driving, speed limit assistance, we kind of already went through all of this. Steering assistance, automatically lane change. So when you're on your active stop and go cruise control and you just click the turn signal, it'll automatically change lanes for you. The driver attention camera, so you can see that there's a small camera there, and it's going to determine whether you're getting fatigued or not, or whether you're just paying attention to the road. Parking and maneuvering. PDC activation, so as soon as you go into reverse, it will automatically control the park distance control, or when you're approaching an object at low speed. Activated with braking, so emergency braking in the rear. If it senses somebody coming from the rear or the sides, it'll automatically brake for you. Automatic parking, so it'll alert if it detects a parking spot and park for you. Cross traffic parking, cross traffic warning, so if you're backing out and the vehicle's coming from behind, the panorama view, which is the GPS based, and you can control the volume. And you have steering wheel feedback, so you can have it light, strong, or medium, and with the light elements. So say you go to turn signal and there's a car there, it's going to vibrate your steering wheel, assist you back, and flash those lights there to let you know. And then your exterior lighting, your touch signals, daytime lights, park carpet light. Every time you highlight something, it lets you know what it's going to be adjusting. Driving modes, so you can control your sport mode, whether you want the dampeners to be sport or comfort, steering sport or comfort, engine sport, comfort or sport plus, transmission. You can control all of that so that when you go into sport mode, you only change what you want. Now the next one's going to be your general settings. So you can start with your time automatically, or you can set it to whatever you want, the date, your language, personal assistant, voice control, online speech, wake word. So you can have it by just saying hello BMW, it'll be activated. And now as you can see, it popped up. I don't really want to tell it to do anything, so I'm going to go back away. But you can do everything. So say hello BMW. So you can just go hello BMW. Navigate to Parkview BMW.
I have found several destinations.
And there you go. And you can also tell it to do anything you want. Now I want to get back into my settings. Just going to click the back button. And you response, standard, short, saved relationships, mother, all your family, boss, assistants, office, anything like that you can save in automatically. Message language. Notification display, if there's a passenger on board, do not disturb. If you need help with anything, tutorial or voice control. Then you can change the units. You can change the sound settings again from here, and you can activate your gesture control and set functions, whether or not it displays information, and your touchpad for entering in characters or on your map or moving around or anything like that. The driver's attention camera again is in here. Any pop-ups of what you want to pop up. There's a getting started. This is perfect for if it's your first time getting into the car. It helps you go through everything. If you're going to be including tire chains. The rear wheel steering will be deactivated if you install chains. You can let it know whether or not you installed them or not. Speed warning again, fatigue and focus alert again, brake recommended. Now if you log in and you create yourself a driver profile, you can activate the valet parking mode. So if you go to a restaurant, you can log out so the person won't be able to use anything on your infotainment, like find out your home address or anything. And when you get back in your vehicle, you use a PIN code to unlock your vehicle. You can reset your trip data, your data privacy. You can turn on mobile devices if you want to connect a new mobile device. You just go boom, connect, and you can select. So if you want to install a new mobile device, all you do is car, settings, general settings, mobile devices, over to new devices, select audio, and then now on your Bluetooth, on your phone, you want to have it open and searching for this BMW code that will pop up into your Bluetooth, and then follow the prompts that come through. And then there's a wireless charging tray. So down here, you have wireless charging tray, a little dark in there, but there's a little blue light that will light up if you have a phone in there and you go to get out of the vehicle. Remote software upgrades with BMW's new iDrive 7. That's one of the best features is it will automatically remotely update your vehicle for you for any updates. You can reset the vehicle data. And that is going to be almost everything. Next one is your experience modes, which you need to have the vehicle ready to go for that, and car carrying. So I can't really showcase those right now, but I'll add that in at a later time. And then here's your driver profile. So you want to add a driver profile, go through settings, you can change your avatar, but basically you want to add a driver profile. And you just need to log in with your BMW Connect to Drive app that you would have set up when you purchased your BMW. Or you can have a new registration if you want. Once you log in, then you'll be able to have a driver's profile and activate the valet parking and everything. And then of course there always is a digital owner's manual if you need to find anything, keyword searches, operating, quick search, quick links, anything like that. And that is, so far, everything there is to know about the iDrive 7. So in the next part of the video, I'm going to go over the car carrying modes, the experience modes, and I'm going to show you what the M modes look like for when you have an M vehicle and iDrive 7. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the experience mode. So when you click here, you have a couple different ones that you can select from. Let's do executive. Basically, it's going to use a cool, calm atmosphere to focus your thoughts. It automatically starts closing the sunroof as you can hear the motor going. You can go into your settings and you can change individual modes, sun protection. So the sunshade will be closed. If I unclick that, it probably wouldn't have done that. In the background, music, no change. Then you can just end the mode. And basically these are experience modes. So it's going to take control of the car. It's going to take control of some of the climate control, some of the sound music, like it did take control of the sunroof there. We go for expressive. Now it's opening the sun. Now it's time to enjoy life and positive energy. And it looks like no change to the music in the background. And then we'll end mode. And then also well-being. Once again, now it's going to do some individual stuff. So you can hear the music's changing, seat position, seat heating, climate, sun protection, steering wheel heating. It does these things for you to calm you down, either well-being, expressive, or executive. Basically, they're experience modes to kind of change how you're experiencing the vehicle. Very interesting. The next one is going to be car carrying. So car carrying, you can select your car carrying program, and you can hit vitalize, or relax. In order to activate vitalize, audio output and automatic climate control must be active. So let's make sure we have climate control on auto here. And now it's going to let us. A 3-minute vitalization program invigorates the driver with the climate control, light, and music. So it's going to take over everything and basically vitalize us. So it's taking over the sound system, taking over the sun control, it's taking over the lighting and the vents, changing the heat, replacing the music. That's a sample. And I want to go back and let's do relax. So now it's going to relax me. If I feel like I'm having a stressed out day, I can hear the sun visor is getting closed again. It's changing the music, and basically it's just going to relax you. And that is the experience mode and the car carrying. So your digital key is going to look like this. You can keep in your wallet. You tap it on your door handle, it opens. You put it onto the wireless charging tray, and your vehicle will start. You can also activate a key through and onto your cell phone if you have an Android or an iPhone. Now, when you have an M car, you're going to have different buttons down here, one for M mode, one for setup. When you click on M mode, you get this pop up where you could either have it in track or sport. As you click it, road, sport. If you keep it pressed, it will go into track mode, which you will then have to confirm and activate. I don't know who's taking an X5M on the track. The screen goes black. You get more information over here. Now you do have your M1 and your M2 buttons. As you can see, some settings are changing over there. They're basically just quick buttons to quickly change your settings between everything that you want. And then on your home here, you can go now and do M mode, or sorry, setup, and you can change what these buttons will be. So either car, M menu. Now you can configure which M1 will be. So you can have engine either in sport, efficient, or sport plus, transmission, which levels that you want to have it in, automatic shifting or the paddle shifters, sport plus, comfort for the chassis, the steering, the brake system can be set up, your dynamic stabilization control, the M mode between, this one's locked in on the X5 four-wheel drive, but if you had an M5 or an M8, you'd be able to do it between four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive, whether your auto engine on off goes, your sound control for your muffler flap, or you can even reset that back to nothing. And then you can configure M2, and it'll be the other one on the steering wheel. You can configure your heads-up display, what it's going to show in there, and then your instrument panel to what it shows in there as well. You're configuring it for. So when you get an M car, you get that additional M mode setup button, and then the additional M menu in the car settings. There you go.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this content and you learned a little bit from it. If you want to know anything in specific, drop it down in the comments below. As well as don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification for next time, and check out these other videos if you want to see more BMW content.